Hello again, everyone. It's me, Raw D. Yep. And today is July the 5th, 2015, the day after Independence Day. I wanted to show you my chart today, and it did this again, and believe me, this is a rarity. It doesn't happen often in Forex. It does happen, but it doesn't happen often. Today the market opened up, and as you can see from this area right here, let me take this white line out, but as you can see from this area right here, I'll take this red line out too. When it opened, the yellow moving average line is pointing down, and you don't see anything in this gap here. This is what's known as a gap. In other words, there are no candles, no wicks in this area. When it opened, it gapped down hard. Right now, as you can see, this is my live account, and I'm up $1.15, and it gapped down. It did this last week, and based on a previous video I put out with the gap opening like this, into today, Sunday, July the 5th, 2015, this gap has to be filled. It has to be filled. Right now, we're at a support level, as you can see where it gapped down and it stopped at, and here's a previous support level. This is going to have to reverse and go back up sometime soon. Now, this is for educational purposes only. It may continue down, but it'll have to fill these orders in this gap. So imagine if you would, in your mind's eye, imagine if there was a candle in here, a long red candle. That's basically what this gap is describing. Had it not gapped and just opened with a long red candle down, you would see that candle. But anytime you see a gap, that means that there's an imaginary candle there, whether it gapped down or whether it gapped up. Right now, this particular pair, EUR-USD on the 1 hour, is in a downtrend anyway. I kind of suspected that it would go down last week when the market closed, because everything was consolidating right in this area here. And sure enough, when it opened today, it gapped down. You noticed I went from $1.15 to $1.65, which is moving back and forth. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close and take that little bit of profit, because I'm pretty sure this is going to start to go back up to fill this gap. Now, when it hits this support area right here, it may continue up. I'm going to draw a line right there just to indicate support right here. When it hits this blue line, this support line for this area right here that came down and bounced up, it may continue up through it and fill it some more. And it may continue all the way up, to here somewhere. But it has to fill this blank area, which is a gap, based on the orders that are left behind. Basically, these are sale orders that are left behind, and it's just a long gap the way it opened, and it doesn't normally do that. So this is where you stand a chance to make some really good pips by trading the reverse on this gap. Now, I'm going to watch this today and the next few days and wait for the reverse candle to come up. Right now, this is a red candle, indicating that it's still going down. I'm waiting on the second hourly candle to come up to see how that candle forms and what it's going to do. But I just wanted to make this video to show you guys what a gap is. The gaps happen more when you're trading stocks versus Forex. It doesn't happen that often in Forex. And this did the same thing last Sunday when the market opened. If you'll look right here, this yellow line is the yellow moving average line I put in, but if you'll notice, there's nothing there but that line. There are no candles when it came when it came down, like you see all of these candles in here, and you see this candle in here going up, these candles in here going up, there's nothing in here. It did this last week too, but it doesn't normally do this. So I just wanted to point this out to you guys. This is a way to make money. When this opened last week and gapped down, I started back trading right in here when it based and went back up. It came down here. It formed this green candle right in here, then that red candle, and it formed this long green candle with this high wick on it. So I got in about right in here somewhere and traded all the way up to about right here where this second red candle is, and I got out. And as you can see, it came up to the second red candle, based a little bit, and continued all the way up until it hit this 200 and this 400 moving average line. And then it started to go back down. But as you can see, it's still in a downtrend overall, because here's a high point here, and here's another high point. Here's another high point where it came down and went back up, and then it just continued on down. And I believe it's going to continue on down from here, but it has to come back up to fill this gap first, these orders in this gap first. So I would definitely look at that and see if you can get into that and make some money on that. Also, it gapped on NZD USD as well, which is the trade I'm actually in. It didn't gap a whole lot, but it did gap. Let me zoom into that a little bit. It didn't gap last week on NZD, but it gapped it this week. But I believe it's going to continue down. So I said I was going to get out of it, but I think I'm going to stay in it because it didn't gap that much. So if it goes up just to fill this small gap and continue on down, I'm good at that. Let me change my histogram back to green here. Yeah, if it goes up to fill this gap in here and then continues on down, I'm okay with that. But basically, that's what the gap looks like. I believe it gapped on AUD USD too, so we'll take a look at that. Yep, it gapped on AUD USD too. This is gonna go back up eventually and fill this gap. Don't know when, don't know what time it's gonna start, but this is gonna go back up to fill this gap. Let me see. Let's look at USD CAD, because that's a pair I trade pretty regularly as well. Yep, gapped up on USD CAD, and USD CAD has been in a uptrend for quite some time now. And as you can see, based on the histogram and the RSI, it's gonna probably continue up. So those four pairs are nice pairs to look at as far as making some really good pips on. So I hope this video helped. Again, it's for educational purposes only. This is my trading style. This is the way I trade. I'm not recommending that you trade like I trade, but I put the videos together to show you some tips and tricks to help you with your trading. Again, July the 15th, 2015. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.